Hello and welcome to my meditation. My name is Debra Baker and I am so delighted that you have joined us for this little while. We are going to relax. So let's get started. So let's start with our 3 nice, really deep breaths. Breathe in really deeply. Hold it for a moment and then let it out. And now breathe in a little more deeply. All the way down into your belly. Hold it for a second. And let it out. And now take the deepest breath you've taken all day. All the way down into your gut, all the way down to your tailbone. Fill up your back. Hold it for a moment. And then release it really slowly. It never fails. I come out in my backyard to record these meditations and it is really quiet, and as soon as I get started, a delivery truck shows up, the dog barks, the neighbor's dog barks. But it's all in divine order, right? It's all in the flow. So instead of focusing on relaxing our bodies and then getting into the meditation, we are going to do both at the same time. So just imagine your body just sinking down. You know, if you're lying down, just really sink into what you're lying on, the lounge chair, the bed, whatever. If you're sitting down, really sink into your spot. And listen to these birds. It's so funny, the birds were quiet too when I came out. So I had the extreme pleasure of meeting this amazing Native American healer about 25 years ago, and he came to mind this past week, which means that he's definitely trying to contact me. And so I've been tuning into him and tuning into some of the things that he taught me, and I think that one of the most profound things and the simplest thing he taught me was we are at peace and we are aligned with our higher self, maybe our higher sense of purpose, when we are synchronized with the universe. So I'm going to be quiet and see if the birds got quiet too. I was going to say synchronize with the birds. So let's just be quiet for a moment and listen to the birds. Or just listen to the wind blowing through the leaves. And so he's telling me that we will focus on the 4 elements. And so since we were talking about the wind moving through the leaves and the trees, let's think about the air and the gentle breeze and synchronizing with the gentle breeze. Sometimes the breeze isn't so gentle, but when we let go and stop resisting it, our bodies take care of us. Let's just imagine, just kind of relaxing, feeling the breeze. Breathing in. Notice the quality of the air where you are. If you're outside, is it humid or dry? If you're inside, the same thing. Does it feel fresh? Does it feel like it's moving or still? Now the wind is cooperating. And if you think about the earth, rotating on its axis. The rotation itself creates a, can't think of the word, well, a wind, you know, a current that moves over the earth. You know, they talk about it when it drops down in the winter, it brings more cold air. When it drops north in the summer, it brings more hot air. They call it the jet stream. And so there's always air moving on the earth, even if it's still where you are in any given moment. And the jet stream moves around the earth, you know, affected by different factors, the intensity of the sun, the amount of moisture in the air. I'm certainly not a meteorologist, so I couldn't give you a scientific explanation, but the spiritual explanation is it's all in divine order as it moves through our lives. We can either relax and go with it, or we can resist it. And it works best when we don't resist, when we practice non-resistance. Just like, it's ironic, that was my neighbor's air conditioner that just shut off. And so we just allow ourselves to move, to be one with the air. And now imagine the water, which as a water sign is my favorite element. And think about, I'll try to insert right here a short video of the ocean waves that I took in Hawaii. And when you're at the beach, you just get used to hearing the waves come in and out. You don't even hear them anymore. And yet when you're not at the beach, it gets your attention. And it's so relaxing. Because it's the cycles of the earth. It's being in sync with the cycles of the earth. So the moon controls the tides, you know, the pull of the moon. And so imagine, you know, I like to imagine I'm floating on a lazy river. Just imagine how, wherever the water flows, maybe you live near a lake or a stream or a river or a huge body of water. Just imagine the energy coming from the water and allowing your energy to synchronize with it. You know, the wonderful water. And now let's think about Earth. When I think about the Earth, I think about large rock formations like in Arizona, but also the mountains. And the energy in the mountains is so different from the energy in the desert or the plains or the beach, but it is still the same earth. And imagine for a moment the earth has a pulse. Putting your feet, if you get a chance sometime today, take your shoes and socks off and put your feet on the earth or touch a tree and imagine, tune in, be quiet for a moment and feel the pulse of the earth. It's real, they can measure it. And when you allow your body to synchronize with it, your human life goes better. And that's the one you're living right now, is your human life. And so now let's think about fire. Fire, I think, is often associated with comfort. You know, having a nice warm fire in the fireplace in the winter, or sitting around a campfire, even having your grill fired up. Heat, you know, fire produces heat. When I think of fire, I also think of volcanoes. It's like the fire, the energy, the passion of the earth just gets to be too much and it has to flow forth as lava. And I've been fortunate enough to see from a very far distance actual lava flowing, and it was amazing. So whether it's a campfire or a volcano, fire has its own way of giving life. It keeps humans warm when they're cold. It heats up our food. And you may or may not be aware. Sorry, Daisy. Be aware of it. Daisy just sniffed my finger and I didn't hear her coming. She scared me. You may or may not be aware of it, but if you have a gas furnace in your house, it has fire. It has burners on it. So even if you have an electric stove, you still have fire going on in your house if you live in a cool climate and have a gas furnace. So just imagine. Also, imagine that fire is an eliminator. So if you think about a forest fire, or even, a house or a building fire, it burns it to the ground. But in a forest fire, it eliminates, the dead limbs and lots of things that, were there, and then it creates a space for new life. So imagine you're picturing this fire in front of you, and you toss in there whatever you're ready to get rid of, whatever you are ready to release. Just let it go and be in the flow. And know that everything has a pulse. Everything is in the flow. The one presence and the one power is moving through the earth. It's moving through all of the plants on the earth, the trees, all the botanicals, moving through the waters. If you've ever been to the Grand Canyon, you can see where the water carved out that beautiful, beautiful canyon. And that's all the one presence and the one power moving in, through, and as the earth. In, through, and as each one of us. So let go of all of your thoughts and connect to the energy of the earth. the pulse. Continue to let go and know that all is well. You are having a human experience. So the more that you can connect with the energy of the earth, the more fluid your earth experience will be, the more peaceful, the more joyful. Even the more fun. So just let go and allow Mother Earth to nurture you. When you pay attention to what is going on in the moment, it's a very sacred space. It's a very sacred time because you are present to your life as you are living it. Take another nice deep breath and just take it in. The divine flow moving in through and as you. I was feeling so peaceful during that, just listening to the birds and hearing the breeze through the trees, and it's just a perfect day. It's in the 70s. So I invite you to bookmark this one because it's one you might want to come back to if you are feeling stressed at some point in the future. I found it very relaxing. I hope you did too. And I just want to remind you that you are whole and perfect exactly as you are. You think about the earth has its spots, but overall it is whole and perfect. It is our home exactly as it is. Let's take one more nice, really deep breath. And I invite you to have a wonderful week and just to spend as much time relaxing and letting go as you possibly can. And the infinite presence moving in, through, and as me honors and recognizes the infinite presence moving in, through, and as you. In other words, namaste. Have a great week.